Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody online. Hi, everybody. How are you? Good. Welcome to this Sunday morning, second last of the month. And then it's March, and then it's March, and then it's spring. Okay. Couple of things on the announcements. If you're new with us today, you have a program. In the program are the songs we're going to do today, as well as some announcements. Just a couple of things to point out for our people who are online. Emerson Online, the class dates have changed. It will now be March 16th to April 10th, so mark that on your calendar. And the Essential Ernest Holmes, the last class, will be this Thursday, not this Wednesday, from 7 to 9 p.m. And that's all I have to say, so I'm going to turn the microphone over to the lovely and talented Linda Visosky.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Linda.
Well, I have a fan club here in the back row here. That's nice to know. Good morning, everybody. So, you know what next month Sunday is. What is it? Shop My Girlfriend's Closet. And none other, I went to my jewel box because besides lovely, gently used secondhand clothes, we are also entertaining and wanting boots, accessories, gloves, hats, whatever. So I went to my closet, and as some of you know, I go to Mexico with some frequency, so I have some little jewels here. This lovely handmade Mayan Indian necklace, going very reasonably. Ooh, ah. Right. Then I have two lovely little diamond-studded heart necklaces. Wow. Do I hear a ooh, ah? Many other little goodies in my bag, and then this came up too. Which is, again, handmade in Mexico. This sweet little beaded, I don't know what it would hold, probably nothing more, but it's a lovely little accessory piece, all beaded and hand done from Mexico. So those are just a few of the treasures that we are having next week. So just a few logistics. Monday till Thursday this week, 1 to 3, we are accepting any items that you have. Please bring them to the center. Either Judy Pressman or myself will be here. And what else? Let's see. Next Sunday. So 1 to 3, Shop My Girlfriend's Closet. Come, have fun, share what you have, buy a few pieces, of course. And we're all, as we know, supporting the Center of Spiritual Living. So look forward to seeing you then next Sunday. Thank you.
Do you want to?
Right back from where has he been, the cruise, the convention, full of all sorts of excitement. I know he's glad to be back. Please welcome to the lectern and the podium, none other than Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone this morning? Most everybody's sitting over here. I'm not meaning to turn my backs on you, but I'm going to focus on the crowd. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Toronto. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I am the spirit. What's going on back here?
Brian's out of control.
Brian, you're in a mood today. Yeah. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Toronto. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I am the spiritual director here. I'm going to start off today with a little bit of news, a little bit of information. I became a licensed minister in July of 2011, and shortly thereafter moved here to Toronto to be the spiritual director. This community took a vote on November 27th, 2011, and I moved here January of 2012, and I've been serving in the capacity of a licensed minister for 3 years in this facility, and for a little bit longer when I was having my 2-month experience as a staff minister at the NoHo Art Center for New Thought in Southern California. As a licensed minister, I'm required to have a sponsor, and I'm under the watchful eye of the Home Office all the time. And all of that is working towards a conferring upon of what they eventually get to, which is ordination. And I would like you to know that on Monday, last Monday, while I was at the Spiritual Living Convention in Las Vegas, I sat for my ordination panel. I passed it, so I am now officially an ordained minister. Thank you.
You kept that quiet. You kept that quiet.
I did keep that quiet because I wanted it to be a surprise. I know, and I didn't tell a lot of people that I was sitting for my ordination panel, and I really did. I wanted it to be a surprise. The great news is it means we get to throw another party. And we get to invite people from all over the continent and all over the world who will come and join us for that party when I am bestowed the ordination stole. Because of the conference, I'm not planning on doing that party till the fall. But I am officially ordained as of last Monday. So there you are. Yay. So we come here, yes. We come here as a spiritual community every single week, and we come here to know one thing and one thing only, and that is right where you are, God is. Right where I am, God is. There is no separation between what we are and some divine power. We are the divine power, each and every one of us. And we are utilizing that power. We are living from that power, and we ultimately, what I love to say is that we are living lives that are based on love, because love is that power. And so let's celebrate that today. I want to say welcome to anybody. I know I see some new faces, and I want to say welcome to you, anyone who is visiting us for the first time. If you would identify yourselves, actually, I don't know if do they have the cards, Carm? Carmen's getting the cards. We have a gift for you, which is a little card with some information about our center, and it also will entitle you to 10% off in the bookstore today. So Carmen is getting that. If you would identify yourselves as someone who's visiting us for the first time today, and Carmen's going to get your card soon. Okay, she's on her way. Here she comes. Anyway, I want to say welcome and thank you for bringing your consciousness to our community here today and sharing with us in this celebration. Let's go ahead and get it started with this great song of Ricky Byers Beckwith and Michael Bernard Beckwith. And this will be this gentleman here. This will be led by our very own Pierre Gautreau. You'll know it.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand.
Well, what do you have to say now?
But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you got to say, I release and I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart's open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for
Yes, indeed. We are free. We are free in the Spirit. We are free. We are free. I'm so excited. That song written by Michael Bernard Beckwith, well, Ricky Byers Beckwith and Michael Bernard Beckwith, who are going to be joining us in June for our conference here in Toronto. And the buzz around our conference is very exciting. I got to, let everyone know in Las Vegas while I was at the Spiritual Living Convention, and people are very excited for it. So looking forward to that. If you want to know more about the conference, you can ask me, you can ask Hal, you can ask really anybody in a position of leadership in this community, because I'm assuming you all know, right? We're doing a conference in June?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I know, shocking. One of the people who's in a position of leadership in our community is a lovely, lovely dear friend of mine. She's the president of our board of trustees. She is a licensed practitioner, and she is now also a ministerial student studying with my mentor. One thing I will let her know is that now that I am ordained, I am eligible to teach ministerial class. But she is here to share with us today her own brand of wisdom, and I would like to welcome to the lectern, please put your hands together for Helen Vallot.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone online, and oh, look, you have me up here again after the last 2 weeks. In my ministerial class, we're exploring a lot of the history of New Thought, and someone that I am becoming very familiar with is Emmett Fox. And Emmett Fox says that scientific prayer will enable you sooner or later to get yourself or anyone else out of any difficulty on the face of the earth. That scientific prayer is the golden key to harmony and happiness. And he recommends that you don't take his word for it, that you shouldn't take his word, my word, anybody else's word. Simply try it yourself and experience the results. Now, he goes on to say that every person has the ability to draw on this power, and this power is not limited to the mystic or the saint or even the highly trained practitioner. So I would like to make a caveat here. Please don't stop coming to highly trained practitioners. For the simple reason that we love to pray with people, and it's what we go through this because this is what we love to do and to know the truth. So don't stop coming to us. And yet, experience the prayer yourself and see what can happen with it. Emmett Fox goes on to say, as for the actual method of working, like all fundamental things, its simplicity is in itself. For all you have to do is stop thinking about the difficulty, whatever that difficulty is, and think about God instead. Sounds so simple. And it is the complete rule. It makes no difference what the difficulty is. Think of God instead. It never fails to work when given a fair trial. Now, I was listening to a TED Talk by a psychologist, Guy Winch. One of the better TED Talks I've heard in a while, and the talk was called Why We All Need to Practice Emotional First Aid. And he has an identical twin brother who's also a psychologist. And in his talks, he has several great points. And he talks about how one of the darkest times in his life was when his twin brother was diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma. And he also talks about how he himself spiraled into this negative thinking, while his brother, who actually was dealing with the physical dis-ease, had this incredible mental attitude and actually is healed. And he showed a picture of them taken a few months ago, and they look absolutely identical, healthy, vital, and full of life. But he also talks about how the mind is hard to change when we become so convinced of something, and how natural it is for us to feel defeated and demoralized when we fail and when we stumble in life. And yet, we must be really, really careful about what we convince ourselves of. So we can have these failures and we can stumble and we can miss the mark. But it's when we are convincing ourselves that somehow we are then wrong or bad or a failure, we've given our mind something that is so powerful to spiral us down with. And so he talks about not ruminating over the upsetting events, because this sets us up to be on this downward spiral of emotional pain. And that how we must distract ourselves is by focusing our minds on something else. Well, that's exactly what Emmett Fox is saying. How interesting that, these New Thought leaders and leaders from, so long ago are saying the same thing that psychologists on TED Talks are now saying as well. And, all this scientific research that, it's what we choose to focus our mind on. So can we focus our mind on God instead of the difficulty? Can we focus our mind on the truth of who we are instead of the difficulty? And to know that, who we truly are is God, that we are powerful, and that God is life, God is love, God is light, God is peace, God is power, God is beauty, God is joy. And can we convince ourselves that this is who we are versus convincing ourselves that we are the failure? So be aware of what you're convincing yourself of over the next little while. And I have an affirmation for you today. And the affirmation is, there is only one power, and that power is God. God is guiding me now. So say it with me, and I'll break it down. There is only one power, and that power is God. God is guiding me now. There is only one power. That power is God, and God is guiding me now. So can you convince yourself of that this week?
Thank you, Helen. There is only one power. That power is God. God is guiding me now. Allow yourself to resonate with that idea for just a moment of reflection, a moment of deepened awareness. As we sing this song, allow it to deepen you in whatever way is best for you. There is only one power, and that power is God. God is guiding me now.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine
is only one power, and that power is God. God is the source of all life. God is this beautiful divine creative energy, this beautiful, beautiful light that shines so brightly in each one of us. We are this divine power of God. We are this beautiful light. We are this incredible power for good, for love, for peace, for joy, for the expression of all that we desire to create in this lifetime. And so in this understanding that there is this divine energy, this power, this force for good, and it is ours to use in each and every moment. It is ours to use right here, right now, as we turn our minds to knowing only that truth, to convincing ourselves, to knowing it, to embodying it, to being it, and living from this truth in each and every moment. For the power and the energy of the universe supports us and guides us and propels us into this perfect right action of God expressing in each and every moment. And so let us embody this truth, let us know it, let us be it, and let us convince our own minds that there is only one power, one light, one source of love, and it is God, and this is who we are now. And so, let us breathe in and embody this truth. Fill our minds, fill our hearts, fill our bodies, and every cell of our being with this truth right here, right now. And be present to this beautiful light within each one of us. The beautiful light of these teachings, the beautiful light of the words and the music expressed here today. And in gratitude for all that is expressed, all that is known, and all that we can convince ourselves of right here, right now, I say thank you. And I know it is done. It is done. And I release, I let go, and let this beautiful divine energy of the light flow. And together we say, and so it is.
You are light, you are light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright, and you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are alive, we are alive, we are alive in this world. We are alive, we are alive, we are alive in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, we shine, we shine, we shine, we shine.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you to the band. We do shine. We shine so bright. So I've been gone a couple weeks, and I'm grateful to be back. I enjoyed my time while I was away, but I am grateful to be back, and I'm grateful that the band has chosen this particular song today. Because there's something about this song, and we do need a mirror ball, and I think that's all that I really should say about it. You'll know it when you hear it. And if you want to get up and dance, get up and dance. It's a good dancey tune. So please welcome Tanis Burnett and the Queen Street Band.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I know that I'm not being foolish, I know that I'm being wise. And it's something that I must believe in, 'cause it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, in the whisper of the trees. Love is in the air, in the thunder of the sea. And I know that I'm not just dreaming, I know that I'm feeling sane. And it's something that I must believe in, 'cause it's hear you when you call out my name. Here we go. Love's in the air. Love's in the air. Love is in the air, in the rising of the sun. Love is in the air, when the day is nearly done. And I know that it's not an illusion, I know what I see is true. And it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I reach out to you. Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I know that I'm not being foolish, I know that I'm being wise. And it's something that I must believe in, 'cause it's there when I look in your eyes. Love's in the air. Love's in the air. Oh. Love's in the air. Love's in the air. Love's in the air. Love. Vegas, Las Vegas in there. That was best audience participation ever.
Yeah. As I'm standing over there dancing myself and thinking about this community that I walked into just over 3 years ago and how very proper and staid we all were. You've come a long way, baby. Because I come from a culture in Southern California where we would do a song like that and I would never have to say, let's get up and dance. People would just leap to their feet. And I came to Canada, it was very lovely, and you're all very proper, and it's just a different culture. But look, how much fun is that? How much fun is it to just let loose? Just let loose. Oh, I love my life. So, today we are at the halfway point. We had 7 weeks preceding this. We will have 7 weeks following this. This is week 8 of a series of talks based on the Declaration of Principles as put down by Dr. Ernest Holmes in 1927. Today we are talking about this particular phrase. We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. One God, one thing, one power, one love, one thing, only one. There is nothing else. We are all immersed in it. We are all part of it. And that is why I can stand up here on a weekly basis and claim on behalf of each and every one of us that we are God. And that terrifies people. It terrifies people. Because what they tend to hear when I say, we are God, I am God, you are God, what they think I am saying, and it's not at all what I'm saying, what they think I am saying is that, well, we're better than you are. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when we come and approach life from that understanding, that we are the very divine power which many of us are seeking, when we understand that that is who and what we are, we expand our lives extraordinarily. And I came from a paradigm this past week where that has not been fully embodied, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Let me ask you, I want to start with this question. Where in your life, and it's, okay, so rhetorical. Where in your life do you perhaps not feel God? Where in your life do you not perhaps feel the highest God or the innermost God? Where in your life do you not feel the one power? Where do you think, where do you feel as though you are separate from it? What do you feel, what do you see in your life that you perceive as being separate from it? Just check in with yourself. It's a question that's really been on my mind this week. Part of that is because I just came from Sin City. What is commonly called Sin City, right? I was in Las Vegas for a spiritual living convention, which the taxi drivers had a field day with me when they said, well, why are you here? I'm here for the spiritual living convention. In Las Vegas? Absolutely. But look at that perception that somehow the experiences and the attitudes and what happens in Vegas, there are people who believe that's not God. And so what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? That's the whole tagline. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So I'm in Las Vegas for the Spiritual Living Convention. It was very illuminating. And it was illuminating not because of what I experienced, but because of what I didn't experience. It was a great exercise. It was a really terrific exercise to walk around the casinos and see the scantily clad, people, men and women, mostly women, walking around the streets, seeing, oh gosh, wow, do I dare? No, I can't. There is something that I could mention, but it would be so inappropriate from the pulpit, I'm going to refrain. If you want to know, ask me later. But I'm not saying it from up here. I know you don't have virgin ears, but this is truly inappropriate for the pulpit. One of the things that happened while we were out there. Let's just say it was related to a massage. I was not getting a massage, but we were talking about, James Mellon and I were walking down the street talking about how we were going to go to the spa and get a massage. They have registered massage therapists there. And there was a drunk homeless man who was on the street, overheard our conversation, had said something that was very explicit. That's all I'm saying. But you can look at that and you can perhaps think that's not God. And yet it is. Because God is infinite. God is the only thing there is. God is all there is. There is nothing separate from it. But to the degree that we believe there is something separate from God, that is the degree to which we can invite discord in our lives. There is no place that God is not. There is no person that God is not. There is no thing that God is not. All of it is God. All of it. Now, I will step into the reminder that has been very prevalent for me, and it's interesting. I came across this. It's in Ernest Holmes. It's in the book. He mentions this, but I saw a reference to Charles Fillmore, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore were the founders of the Unity Church, which is basically another offshoot of our philosophy, the New Thought philosophy. It's kind of like we're denominations of the New Thought philosophy. There's unity, and then there's religious science, which is where I was trained in religious science. But the thing I read today was a reminder that God is a principle and not a personality. God is not something. God is the principle of creation. And so if we get hung up on the word God, thinking that it is something out there, just remind yourself in those moments, God is the creative power, and that's it. It is the energy of creation. That's all. There is no place that God is not. Regardless of the physical location, this particular one being Las Vegas, I actually really love going to these conferences and these conventions because I am always, always, always illuminated, and always in a way that I never expect. We have an amazing philosophy. We have a life-affirming teaching. I am grateful, and this is what I really realized when I was in Las Vegas. I am grateful for this community allowing me to go deeper and take you with me, so that we all collectively go deeper into the experience of a divine life. What I have experienced in this community is that we, each of us, take to heart the deeper essence of what it means to be God. To step away from the idea that God is with me. God is with me, yes, but God is me as me. And that's true of each and every one of us. We are going to that deeper essence that the wisdom of the ages has been teaching all along. That there is only one thing, and that is the constructive use of principle. The constructive use of principle. The active use of this creative power to create our lives for the better. And it's all based on the idea that there is one thing, and that's God. There is no place where God is not. We believe in unity. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God, no separation. And then I asked this question as I was preparing this morning. I wrote this down. What are the real implications of this declaration? Because you can spout the declaration off, right? We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. But to truly take this to heart, what are the implications of making that the truth or accepting that as the truth of our lives? And here's the implication. It is absolute. It is absolute. There is no wiggle room. It is absolute. To the degree that you believe in anything other than that, you believe that there is something separate from yourself. We cannot afford to backpedal. We cannot afford to backpedal or water down the concept of unity. We are that which is. We are that which is. What I am not saying is, I'm not saying we are the allness of God, but we are that which is. The allness of God is the core of our beingness. We are the expression of it all. In the Upanishads, it's written, why should there be a reservoir when there is a flood everywhere? Why should there be a reservoir when there is a flood everywhere? And I think that this message has been underestimated. And the power of this message has been underestimated. And this is what I experienced in Las Vegas. There were two practitioner students from this center who were with me in Las Vegas, Lena DeSanto and Sonia Byrne. Sonia, who's been living in Egypt and been studying with me from Egypt, and Lena, who is, lives here and studies with me here. And it was very interesting because they kept coming up to me saying, oh my gosh, I cannot believe the degree to which they speak in dualistic terms. You know, basically saying God, basically the idea that God is something out there and that we are individualized expressions of the power, but we are somehow separate from it. We heard that a lot this week. And what I started to recognize is that there was a geographical aspect to that. Certain ministers and practitioners from certain areas of the country seemed to rely on that paradigm a lot more. And I think there's also, the reason for that probably is because in their communities, they're the bridge. They're the bridge to where I can say we have gotten. But until such time as they have led by example, they are going to utilize a languaging that is going to seem somewhat dualistic. There was something that was just in my mind that has escaped me, and I know exactly what I am choosing to say right now. It was related to the bridge. It'll come back to me. The issue that I have with duality in the messaging is that it is an inconsistency within the organization. It's an inconsistency, and the inconsistency allows for scapegoats to be created in life, because we can always lay blame on something outside of the self for the things that go wrong in our lives. And you know me, first of all, step away from the blame. There's nothing to blame. There is only that for which, when we recognize it, we take responsibility. And responsibility and blame are not the same thing. But duality, the concept of duality, allows us to remain in the concept of being victims. And I guarantee you, if you have a concept that you are a victim on any level, you will find the perpetrators in your life to support that concept. You will find them. And it may be a subconscious seeking out of those things, or a subconscious attracting to yourself those experiences which support the mental idea, because that's where we come from. First and foremost, our lives are based on the mental ideas, the mental equivalents that we have in mind first and foremost. Everything else shows up based on what's in our mind. That's the teaching. We live in a universe that is cause and effect based. Everything that we experience is the effect. The cause is mind. Cause is God. We are the cause to the experience of our lives. Therefore, we are God to the experience of our lives. There is nothing out there that is pressing its thumb upon you and saying, you cannot, except to the degree that you allow it. Because we can very easily fall into that pit of despair, the pit of despair. We can easily fall into that and believe that that is the truth. It's very easy to be blinded by that, right? But we're in charge. We are the ones. We are in charge. When we underestimate the wholeness of God, when we underestimate the wholeness of God through us and as us, we can only experience life to the level of that limitation. When we underestimate the wholeness of God through us and as us, we can only experience life to the level of that limitation in mind. So today I stand up and I say, I choose not to feel less than. I choose to live an expanded life, and I invite you all to live the expanded life with me. I take responsibility right here in this moment for the life that I live. And I live the most expansive life I can. Does that feel good? I take responsibility for the life I live, and I live the most expansive life I can. And if there is any doubt about the infinite power utilized through an individualized mind, let us strip that idea from our minds. If there is any doubt, let us strip the doubt away. Let us use this power. Let us use this creative power constructively and purposefully and not accidentally. Because here's the truth. We're all using it whether we are aware of it or not. So let us be purposeful in the use of this power. Let's not just allow our accidental lives to show up, because we can do that, right? When I allowed my accidental life to show up, I experienced a lot of things I didn't really want to experience. That's an accidental life. I also experienced the results of an accidental use of mind on the cruise that I was on the week prior to the Spiritual Living Convention. It was interesting. The use of mind of two individuals on that cruise changed the experience for 3,500 people who were on that ship. And so I'm going to tell you the story of what happened. And I want to step away from, because what I'm about to tell you, there may be a tendency in our minds to go to a place of judgment around what is good or what is bad. And I would like to invite us all not to step into that place of judgment. It is simply an effect that followed cause. So here's what happened. We set sail on Sunday. What was that, the 8th? I don't remember what the exact date was. But we set sail on Sunday, said goodbye to Fort Lauderdale, and off our ship goes at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we are due to arrive in the Bahamas the next day on Monday. We go to the Bahamas. It's a lovely, lovely experience in the Bahamas. It's warm, sunny. Come on, it's the Bahamas. So we're in the Bahamas. We have a lovely day in the Bahamas. And then we get back on the ship. And there's a party. Again, it's the gay cruise. So there are parties every single night. And they are raucous parties. I know. You know what's funny, though? This is the 3rd year I've gone on this particular chartered cruise. And I didn't really go to the parties this year. I went to one party. In the past, I've always gone to all the parties, but this year didn't do the parties so much. But that night, Monday night, at about 10:30 or 11:30, it was around 11:30, lying in the cabin, and we're watching a movie. I think I was watching Connie and Carla. And there's a ship-wide announcement. Now, the funny thing is, normally the ship-wide announcements do not play in the cabins. They'll play them in the hallways, but they don't play them in the cabins. This was a serious ship-wide announcement because they played it in the cabin. And the ship-wide announcement came across, and they said, medical personnel needed on deck 19 on the starboard side by the fountain pool. So if they're making an announcement for medical personnel, it's serious. And if they're playing it in all the cabins, it's serious because they apparently needed all hands on deck. Any person who had medical experience is then most likely going to go to be there. And then I assumed and I trusted and I prayed and I knew that whoever was affected by whatever it was that they needed medical attention, I prayed in that moment of knowing the best and highest and that they were perfectly healthy, because the spiritual body is expressed by the physical body. And so whatever the effect was, I stepped back and went back to cause to understand the truth of it. That's what I did in that moment of my experience in life, living this philosophy as a practitioner of this philosophy. What I do is pray. So I didn't really think much more of it after that. I knew that the attention that was required was unfolding perfectly. The next day, we go up to the deck, Dane and I, we go up to the deck to sit by the pool, because it's supposed to be a day at sea, as we make our way to Cozumel, which is the next port. Day at sea, so I figure, okay, we're going to go relax on the deck by the pool. It's going to be lovely, lovely. And we get up to the deck, and, we're then there trying to, where's the sun? And we're taking our lounges and trying to make sure that we've got the best sun exposure where the sun is directed. And we get up there, we're moving it around, and there are two guys who are sitting over here, and they say, wow, yeah, it was really interesting. The sun was over there not too long ago, and all of a sudden now the sun is over there. Well, if I had really considered what that meant, it meant this. If the sun is over there and we're traveling in this direction, the only reason that the sun is over there is because we have turned around. And about a half hour later, the captain of the ship comes over and says, we have a medical situation, we have to go back to Miami. and 2 people need to be taken to a hospital. And of course, it made the local news in Miami, so that was our at-sea day. We went back to Miami, ported in Miami. They took the people off of the ship. Now, the reason that I was mentioning judgment before is because they also had the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, come onto the ship with their dogs, because what the medical emergency was 2 people had overdosed during the party. So here we are. We have now been affected by somebody else's cause. What responsibility do I have in that moment to my expression of life? I can either get upset and angry and say, well, how dare those people ruin my cruise, which some people did. Some people felt their cruise was ruined because of this. It wasn't. It was just another stop. Never underestimate the power of your mind. Never underestimate the power of your mind. And let us all step into the purposeful use of mind. What we experienced was the accidental use of mind in a way that was ultimately destructive to these 2 individuals. How are you using your mind? How are you using your mind? We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We did make it to Cozumel. After we left Miami, we had an at-sea day, and they took us to Cozumel a day late. We still made it. And I still got to go snorkeling, which is one thing I was very much looking forward to. There is one God. One God. And there is nothing else. Really hear that. There is one God. There is nothing else. This God is who and what we are. There is no separation. It is who and what we are. Let us never underestimate our power. Let us never underestimate our choices. And let us never underestimate our relationship to life as God. Not with God, but as God. So I returned to Las Vegas and the experience that I had in Las Vegas that was seemingly steeped in a concept of duality. Duality meaning there is something out there and something within. That God is separate. I throw these jargon words around sometimes, and I realize maybe I should explain that. Duality simply meaning God is outside the self. So what do they say? What do they say about Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So here's what I choose to allow to stay in Vegas. I choose today to leave duality in Vegas. I choose that, and I invite you to make that choice with me. And I live the unified and whole life, which is mine to live. And I invite you all to do the same. Live the unified and whole life, which is yours. Because after all, we believe in unity. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. Namaste. And so I invite you to take out whatever it is you're offering the center today in terms of a financial contribution. Allow yourself to feel the energy and recognize that this too is God. Money is God in action, they say. We all. I mean, if you're in this philosophy, you hear that all the time. Money is God in action. And so the energy of money is simply the energy of circulation that is flowing through this space, through this time, and allowing us to do great things in the world. Your support of this center allows us to do great things in this world, including going to Guatemala, which I am looking to do again next year in 2016, I would be going this year if we were not doing the cruise. But, I'm sorry?
Conference.
Did I just say the cruise?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I've actually thought for a long time that we should do a spiritual cruise. Not everybody's into ships, though, so, we'll see. I know Tannis like, no.
I'll wave as you leave.
All right. Oh my gosh, the funniest thing. So we were on the Princess Cruise Line. So Princess Cruise Line, which is, it was the Pacific Princess, which was the boat on the Love Boat, right? This is a brand new ship that we were on. It's 8 months old. And one of the funniest things about the ship, you know how when they're leaving port, they always, they have that big old horn? The horn on this plays the theme to the Love Boat. Na, 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 na. It was hilarious. I loved it. And I thought of Pierre every time it played. Because Pierre sang the Love Boat theme in our Christmas gala.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes.
Here all week.
Yes. As the baskets go around, please remember that the energy of money is the same energy that we are created from and as, and let us utilize it purposefully. And for this, I am truly grateful. I'm grateful to everyone for your support of this center. And what are we singing? Point of Power.
Point of
The
Power.
Point of Power, which is on your song sheet.
3, 4. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment
All right. I'm going to invite Helen Velo to do a blessing over our offering.
Alrighty, it is. Oh, in this moment of grace, in this moment of gratitude, in this moment of affirming that there is only one thing going on, and that is that divine power of God, and that money is God in action, and that we have received this beautiful energy here today, and it is used with respect and honor and many, many thanks for all that we have received, so that we can continue to bring this incredible message out into the world. And so I say thank you, knowing that it is all good, it is all God, it is all divine currency. And so I release, I let go, and I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Helen. I want to say thank you to everyone who is present for bringing your consciousness here. I want to say thank you to everybody who's watching us online. And also as a reminder, if you'd like to support our financial success, you can make a donation online right there. On the page, just click the donate button. I'm anticipating shift happening within this center because there is nothing more constant than change. We had the board and some practitioners and I came together yesterday beginning a strategic planning initiative. And we were in the center yesterday for about 6 hours, really hammering through what is the center, what do we mean to do in this world, and how are we moving forward in the community, the Greater Toronto area, and also the world. And I'm very excited about some of the stuff that we're coming up with. And so I invite you to know that there is change afoot, and it's good change, and it is supportive of the very idea that we are that one God, each and every one of us. I'm going to let you know we've come up with a new vision statement for this center, and I keep getting it wrong. So you'll it's just not in my it's not on my tongue yet. But our new vision statement is empowering the art of awakened living or life. Living. Empowering the art of awakened living. That's our new vision statement for the center. I'm very excited about it and what that means for us as a community. And it is followed by our mission statement. The mission statement is how we use the vision statement. It is the tools that we use for the vision statement. And I contacted James Mellon yesterday, and he says, yes, you are welcome to use this particular phrase as your mission statement. And then I told him what our new vision statement was. He says, great, I'm stealing it all from you. We're sharing. We are in an experience of sharing. So the mission, how we achieve that is love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And the remembering who we are is exactly what I talked about today. We are the one divine power, for there is nothing but this one divine power. And for this, I am truly grateful. And so I invite you to take whatever it is you've heard today that has resonated with you and allows you to go to that next place, allows you to take that step forward in a constructive way in your life. Whatever that thing is, allow yourself to be present with that idea right here and right now.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
There is only love. Love, the infinite creative power, is all there is. Love is in the air. It's all around. It is coursing through us, for it is us, each and every one of us, is that individualized, perfect expression of an infinite divine power, and that infinite divine power flows through us as us. We have access to all of it, each and every one of us. There's nothing separating us from it. We are it. We are it. There is God and nothing else. And with this in mind, with this idea in mind, and allowing this to resonate right here in this moment, I lay claim to this idea and know and trust that it flows forth in all our lives constructively, easily, and effortlessly. For when we place our minds on this idea that there is only one love, one light, and one life, it all gets easier. It all gets easier. I claim infinite abundance, the expression of prosperity for each and every one of us. I claim the expression of pure divine health as the only thing that any of us experiences, because the physical body is simply an expression of the spiritual body, and the spiritual body has never been touched by anything except love. And so I trust in the healing power of love and recognize that the divinity of life is expressed in all. I trust and know that our relationships are harmonious and unfolding in grace and with ease. I trust in the pure creative expression that we each share and express in our own way, for creative expression is unique to all. I trust this and I know this, and I allow this with a grateful heart, stepping into gratitude for all that is, stepping into gratitude for this entire experience here today, right in this moment. I allow gratitude to fill my beingness, and I express gratitude for all who made this service possible today. Everyone who showed up, made that decision to show up. And I'm grateful for our volunteers today. I am grateful for Jim and Linda, our board members. I'm grateful to Lori for setting up. I am grateful to our greeters, Derek and Lynette. I'm grateful to Nick in the bookstore, Dane on sound, Kimon on our webcast, ensuring that this message is proliferated beyond the confines of these four walls. I am grateful for Pierre Gautreau, Tanis Burnett, the entire band. I am grateful for Carmen and her beautiful meditation this morning. I am grateful for Helen and her words of wisdom as our lead practitioner today. I resonate with gratitude right in this moment, and the understanding that gratitude, saying thank you, is a creative force in and of itself, and so I live in that creative force. With gratitude, I allow this word spoken to be acted upon by that perfectly corresponding law of cause and effect. I know it is complete and I know it is done right here and right now in this moment. And in knowing it is so, I let it be so, as together we say, and so it is now.
When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only
And so it is. So it is. And so let's kick this energy into the street with Peace Like a River. That's the song we're doing, yes. I would love to, I'm going to stand over there. If you would like to say hello, I welcome you to come and say some words. Thank you so much. Have a great week, everyone.
Peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I got a peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I got a peace like a river in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. Love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. Like a river, I've got peace, oh, like a river. I got a peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. Oh, I got peace like a river. I got a peace like a river in my soul. Like a river, I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river.